Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with episode 2 of Jormungand. Yeah, it has been quite a while since we did our first impressions to this. Um, it kind of sucks that I couldn't get back to this sooner, but we're finally here. We're finally doing this, and I looked quickly at the information for episode 1 to try and recap myself. I don't know if this series does like notable recaps at the beginning of each episode. So I just wanted to remind myself of what happened. I probably should have just watched the first episode again, but oh well. Um but we follow, it seems like we have two kind of main characters right now. We have Coco, who is the leader of this arms dealer group. And then we have Jonah, who is this child soldier that Coco has recruited. We have some other notable characters as well, such as Sophia or Valmay, who is the big buff girl who I want to crush me in her thighs. Uh, Listen, I have a type, and it is going to be on full display in this series. Um, but yeah. We also have this other guy, I can't remember his name right now, but we have a group going. In the first episode, we kind of got to see like what they do, got introduced to the characters. Typical first episode stuff. But we also saw that Coco is a bit of a gremlin. The way she was kind of sneaking around at night and everything, it's like, okay, you're hot and adorable. I'm kind of in. I don't know how to feel about Jonah yet, though. Because it seems like Jonah is very complicated and hiding a lot, so I'm gonna have to see how that continues to go. And the other characters we just haven't gotten enough with yet to really have too strong of opinions on. Coco is definitely kind of the focus in terms of that. Excuse me. In terms of that in the first episode. But we'll see how it goes. So just as a reminder, this series is 2 seasons long. I think it's single core both seasons. And yeah, I'm very interested to see how this goes. Now, as with any first impression series, we continued this off of, a first impressions, off of just the first episode. So this series could end up becoming very different very quickly. I want to make sure everybody understands that just because I like the first episode enough to continue does not mean that this entire series is going to necessarily appeal to me. It could end up going in a direction to where it's not what I thought it was going to be at all, and could end up turning me off of it. It's very possible. I want to make sure everybody understands that from the start. When I continue a first impression like this, I'm not guaranteed to love it. Just because I enjoyed the first episode enough to continue. That's literally all it means. That I enjoyed the first episode to a degree to where I wanted to continue checking it out. It doesn't automatically guarantee that I'm going to absolutely adore the show as a whole, or that, we'll even make it through the entire thing without any issues. I feel like maybe it's on me that I give kind of the expectation of that in those kind of videos. I just really do want to make that clear, though. It's like a lot of times when I continue a first impression, yeah, a lot of times I do end up really liking it. A lot of times I do end up enjoying it a lot, but I want to I want to make sure everyone understands that that might not always be the case. So just be prepared because this series seems really interesting, and I don't know the direction it's going in. That's specifically why I'm making this statement now. Um, but nonetheless, I am excited to continue this, and hopefully, it does end up continuing to impress and interest me. That would be the best case scenario, obviously. But all of that being said, let's just get into this and hope for the best. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, yeah, we got another deal in this episode, delivering stuff to this country just south of Russia. And we have a rival group there as well, with the most fucking annoying lady possible. Like, oh my god. Mildo, I think her name is. Like, fucking hell. It's just like... Listen, I can dig characters who are just crazy and wild and everything sometimes, but I don't know what it was about the delivery or the way, like, she was portrayed here. It's just like, I just fucking hated her. Like, oh my god, she was so annoying. Um, and seeing Valmay just absolutely and easily kick her ass in their little fight was so satisfying. It was just like, yeah, needed to see that because, oh my god. uh, that was a lot. But yeah, so a lot of this episode comes down to them basically getting out of there without having to worry about that deal to get the radar. Because Coco doesn't do credit, I guess. um, and it was, there was some good action, some good humor in this as well. I really like that Coco is just kind of a weird ass gremlin who just kind of does her own thing and is just batshit insane in the most fun way. Um, Basically, I feel like Mildo takes it too far with the crazy to where it's not entertaining and fun anymore, while Coco is the right balance of that. Like, she gets it right, where she's just like, yeah, she's absolutely crazy, but it's handled in a way to where it doesn't feel distracting and off-putting. Um, we got some more Coco Valmay shipping fuel in this. Coco giving Valmay a big hug, face right in the titties. And Valmay getting really turned on by it. And it's like, hey, I am all for the gay. I am all for this relationship. Like, 100% in. So, yeah. And anytime they can show me stuff with that, I am gonna be a happy girl. But yeah, it's really fun. And you wouldn't think a series about like arms dealing and stuff would be fun, but it is. And it's like it's kind of surprising and wild to me that it can be like this entertaining. Because I've seen shows that tackle like war and serious subject matter like that, arms dealing and whatnot. I've seen bits of shows that have done that before, and I couldn't get into them because they're way overly serious. The fact that this handles it in more of a goofy, silly way sometimes, makes it a lot easier to digest. And the stuff they're doing is still very serious. And it doesn't hide that fact. Like, people are dying. There's full on war and shit. But because of the tone of the series and these characters, it allows us to digest that a little easier. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It allows it to just be more entertaining and more fun and less depressing. And I like that we see that Yona is getting more acclimated to the group in this episode. Even laughing a bit at the end. He's falling into place and finding basically a family here that he can find some joy and happiness in. And that's great. Love to see that. Yeah, this episode just reminded me of why I chose to continue this in the first place. It's really entertaining. It's fun. It's exciting. It's intense. It blends serious topics with humor really well. And it has the gay. It's like, that's always a plus. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to see where this goes. Right now, it seems mostly episodic. Like, because I don't think this is anything to do with what happened in the first episode. I I don't know if we're gonna like really go far into like this ongoing plot at any point. Probably we'll have at least some semblance of that. But I'm excited to see more either way. As long as we can see more of these characters just having fun and being just silly little weirdos, I can dig that. But tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this second episode of Jormungand? Let me know down in the comments below. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.